terrific Tuesday. Yes, and as Julie is saying, first Wednesday. Yes, and Andrew, greetings also to you. So yeah, we're here. We're here on a Tuesday. I've been for my swim. I'm having a good Tuesday. Had a little business call this morning. Taco Tuesday, Rich. Yeah, I'm hoping to get some tacos a little bit later on. Ouija, you made it 2 days in a row for you. Does Jake offer an organic meal? I don't offer an organic meal at this time, Scott. Although quite a few of the foods in our fridge are organic because Mrs. Jerry, Lady Jerry, as she's sometimes known, really goes in for the organic food and is a she loves Whole Foods, but she loves the Co-op more than Whole Foods, I have to say, if I'm being honest about what she loves the most. But she cares quite a bit for me. Good day, David. Good to see you here. So we're getting into this week. I'm learning some more about Zoom and Nigel appearing on Thursday, or Thursday, as they say in Ireland. So I'm excited about that. Tomorrow we've got Hump Day. Hopefully Lady Jerry will be here for Hump Day. I'm not sure if she's going to come in today. She had a big surf day yesterday, double sesh. She went out in the late morning and then again just before sunset for a surf. Sandy, thank you for that. Bob, you always get the kosher meal. Yes, obviously that is often a good choice. So usually on Tuesday we've got our illustrated children's Bible and story that I read, and I've been going chronological for the last few weeks and really enjoying it. I feel like I'm getting a deeper understanding of the understanding, as far as the understanding of the understanding can go depth-wise when you're dealing with the children's Bible illustrated. So it's just a kind of a glossing over. Yeah, just don't get the vegetable lasagna, Rich. I feel like the vegetable lasagna is a powerful choice at the Jake table. If I'm making it, the vegetable lasagna is pretty delicious. Yes, I do have an exhilarating letter from Grandma today. Today's letter from Grandma is a little shorter than usual, but you know, you play them as they lay. I pulled this one out of the big plastic envelope. The magic plastic envelope. That's why this show never really took off as a kids show. Well, maybe kids do want a big magic plastic envelope. But I do have this is the magic plastic envelope with the letters from Grandma in it. And you can see that there's an ample supply, but not, well, we've been at it for almost a year with the letters from Grandma. So there's a few, once a week. Anyway, today, Jacob's Ladder. That's today's story. If you remember last week on the Bible, Jacob and Esau, Jacob kind of tricked Esau out of his birthright for a bowl of lentils. Which doesn't really seem possible except in some kind of weird fairy tale, but it was his birthright as firstborn, and they're twins, and so Jacob was born just slightly after Esau. Don't get me wrong, Jacob is a bit of an a-hole, but still his mother, Rebecca, tells him, you better take it on the lamb after this nonsense that you pulled with your brother. And so he's on his way to Haran to see his uncle Laban and Haran. But he stops, Jacob, on his way to stay with Laban. Jacob stopped for the night, which means he literally just stopped for the night. Back in the Bible, you'd be on your way somewhere and you wouldn't have to wait till the next exit or see if there's something good on the other side of town. You would just say, I'm kind of tired, I think I'll stop, and you would step just off the road and go to sleep. So he stopped for the night. He picked up a large smooth stone to use as a pillow and lay down to sleep. Now, this is back in Bible times, and I don't think, good luck talking any of your fellow travelers into a nice restful night on a large smooth pillow. We are hearing a lot about Mr. Pillow lately, or whatever is the Pillow King, but suffice it to say, no matter what your opinion of that guy is politically, his pillow's got to be a lot better than this large, smooth stone that Jacob is using at the side of the road. He goes to sleep on the smooth stone. He dreamed he saw a stairway reaching up to heaven. The angels moving up and down it. The angels are on their way back and forth from earth to heaven. At the top of the stairway was God. How about that? This is in his dream. And God says, I am the God of Abraham and your father Isaac. Thanks, God. I had a feeling it was you. Okay, said the Lord to Jacob, and I will give the land on which you lie to you and your descendants. So this should be good news for Jacob, in spite of the fact that he's already tricked his brother out of some other land. When Jacob awoke early the next morning, he was struck with wonder. This is a holy place, for God was here, and I did not know it. He took the stone, which he had used as a pillow, and having stood it upright, poured oil over it. Then he named the place Bethel, meaning the house of God. And that was it. That's that whole Bible story. It's a very short one. Jacob's lad dreamed of a ladder up to heaven. God tells him you can have all this land. He pours oil all over the stone. And then that's it. Moves on. So use a sharp pillow for sleeping, Bob. That's unconventional. All right. So the next... Oh, Lady Jerry's here. So next week's Bible story is Jacob and Rachel. And I've got some news for you. They're cousins. That's just a little teaser. Next week on the Bible. Well, they're not married in the story yet. Spoiler alert, Lady Jerry is really letting some cats out of the Bible bag.
Oh, well, I just sort of imagined. Now, I'm just coming in for a quick hello.
A quick hello?
Because I've got a driveway date with my friend Amber in 10 minutes.
Driveway date?
Yeah, I'm allowed to talk to her in the driveway at a huge, she wants to be, at least 20 feet away from me. She's wearing 5 masks. And I'm giving her a gift. It's a housewarming cabin Happy New Year gift. But yeah,
you're meeting in the driveway, so you're going to be able to holler at her from...
She said we can meet in the driveway for 10 minutes, and she'll be here in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So does that mean you're here for 10 minutes?
Yeah, that means I'm here for 10 minutes. If that's okay.
Exciting.
Is that okay? Exciting. Is that okay, everybody?
I was telling him about your double dip surf yesterday,
and
I didn't mention that you also then went in today. How are you feeling physically?
I am absolutely, as we'd say in New Zealand, munted, rooted, shagged. I mean, shagalicious, guys.
Well, rooted and shagged or pooped, but munted would be broken. So did you hurt yourself?
No, thank God, no accidents. I did not hurt myself.
God.
Oh, thank God, no, I did not. God. Nothing bad happened. Let me just put a corner of my butt.
I don't know if you're going to find that as comfortable as you.
No, I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I've just spilled a bit of your water, luckily not onto your keyboard. That would be an infraction. That was one step too far. So here's the thing. Yesterday the surf was so fun, and I've learnt the spot. I always used to go over at the point where all the surfers, the professional surfers are, and it's too much of a, it's a rat race. It's a rat race, fellas. They're all, everyone's jockeying for position. And I got the perfect position on this wave, and this guy snaked me, which means he came around right behind me, and right before I took off, he was in the zone and took off before me, so I couldn't. I mean, I really, if I was, more aggro, which we can't even imagine, can we? I'm aggro enough.
I think you're about as aggro as you need to be.
Yeah, I would have punched him, but I didn't. But then I went over, so there's another spot which there are a lot of beginners and they get in the way. Okay, this is Amber.
You're being texted.
But there's she's here. Okay, God. All right, I'll tell you the.
Well, we're talking about a double cliffhanger.
Yes. Oh my God. It's exciting.
So the Jacob and Rachel story. Yeah, they are cousins, and Rachel is described as sweet. I read ahead in that Bible story because I thought.
Oh, our Rachel is sweet.
Our Rachel. Who's our Rachel? What?
Rachel.
Oh yes, our Rachel. Our Rachel on the show. How did I forget our Rachel? Rachel, there's another Rachel who I'm really not fond of. But yes, you are the sweet Rachel of all the Rachels that I know. All right, here. What have we got here? There's a near full-size cutout of the Mr. Pillow guy on sale at the Mall of America, $39. Wow. You're going to need that for your effigy rage party later in the week. My Pillow, not Mr. Pillow. You could have fooled me with that one, Julie. My Pillow, Mr. Pillow, those two are different. Who knew? I didn't know. Oh no, you want the My Pillow guy. I'm Mr. Pillow. I'm Mr. Pillow. I'm the good pillow guy. What you're talking about is the My Pillow guy. He's two doors down. So you're heading to the you went to Allegro on your way to the fridge, Dave. Yeah, so the screen is frozen on my actual screen. I don't know if you can see me. I'm actually moving. It's glitched on you. But my equipment was doing some weird glitchations. Oh God. You just got your run-in keys. Good for you. Good for you. You're branching out and doing some activities. I'm happy to hear it. Maybe it's this heater is sucking too much juice and I'm really getting a little bit of a glitch on the video, so I hope that's not happening to you there in your headquarters. Now it's completely frozen. So I'm glitching there too. Yeah. Thought you were having a stroke, Dave. Let's hope not. Let's hope you are not having a stroke. Let's hope I'm not having a stroke. I've ruled myself out as the person who's having a stroke just based on the fact that you said that you thought you were. Yeah, Brad, very glitchy. I turned off the heater. I don't know what's going on the proper Wi-Fi here. Well, I must be, or the Mevo wouldn't have paired up. But let's just see. Where do we see that? Yeah, I'm on the proper Wi-Fi. We've got a couple of Wi-Fi choices here at the house. So I'm on the right one. And beyond that, I'm not sure what to tell you. Streaming to simulcast Mevo status. Is it still streaming? At 480 or 360p. Tap for more. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. The Wi-Fi cable might be pinching under the chair. The Wi-Fi cable is over there. It's not available to be pinched over here. And I've turned off the heater. I'm not sure what could be affecting it. Do you suppose my daughter is streaming some kind of 3D Korean hip hop or something? That could be even a thing. What's the that's not the Korean music that everybody likes right now. But I can't know everything. Oh, Mr. Predicto, can you know everything?
I am confident it is no.
Yes, I am confident it's no as well. Finally, Mr. Predicto puts one in play for, I feel like that's a double at least. Maybe even off the wall, possible triple. Today's question from the question box is: are you mentally or physically tough? Then and the other one. Well, those two are two things. I would say. I wouldn't say I'm physically tough in terms I'm not going to get in a fist fight with someone, but I feel like I can accomplish physical things that are within I've got a good endurance and stick-to-itiveness, so I'd say I've got some physical toughness. Mentally, I do all right, but I'm challenged with my mental toughness sometimes in the sense that I can get my feelings hurt sometimes from imaginary things that I imagine are doing. You know, if you don't hear back from somebody in a certain amount of time that you expected to hear back from, I can mentally imagine that there's some kind of trouble there. Or if Lady Jerry is quiet for a while, I can sometimes crumble under that pressure, not completely crumble. I've learned to persevere in the face of that kind of mental challenge. But I think I'm mentally tougher, although I've done some physical challenges. Yes, letter from Grandma. We're going to get on with it, Rachel. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I just wanted to wait until maybe some of the glitchiness subsided, which it has. So today's letter from Grandma is from postmarked July 24th, 1984. This is just a couple days before my, 24th birthday. And it is a birthday card. On the front, oh, it's glitching again, are these two bluebirds. I'm really sorry about the glitching, but I literally think there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, you're saying maybe more physically confident since the beginning of BJJ training. Yes, Andrew, I would say that that's true. So what Grandma likes to do is buy you this card and then write, and then she'll underline the parts of the message that she feels like she'd like you to emphasize when you're reading it. And again, I'm sorry about the glitchy thing. I don't know what to do to fix that. It's nice to have someone like you to wish a happy birthday to, and she's underlined someone like you. Happy, hope your birthday's very special, double underline, lots of love, Grandma. And then she has included this brief and yet delightful letter. Grandma's card's clearly radioactive, Dave. Yeah, that is possible. Oh my God, I don't know. Maybe I should restart the stream. That's a little unprecedented, but I might have to do it. No, I'm going to forge ahead. All right. July 24th, 1984. Here are two bluebirds to wish you a happy birthday. That's the two bluebirds on the front of the card that you may or may not be able to see. Here are two bluebirds to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you're going well. We enjoyed the one you sent your dad, so I must have sent him a VHS tape, which would have been some cutting-edge technology at the time. We received your mother and dad's 25th wedding invitation, wedding anniversary. So I was turning 24, and that was their 25th wedding anniversary, and they do that for the following, I guess the following year, right? Or what's my birthday and then their next one? Yeah, that's how it works. So I just turned. They had their 60th anniversary, and then I turned 60, and then it's their anniversary. That's how it worked. All right. If you do go home, will you be able to keep your waiter job? Because that is important. I think your folks would understand. So I had a waiter's job that I was using to support myself while I was doing my comedy skits. So I don't know where I would have gotten a tape in 1984, because that was long before I was doing Letterman. I must have done some local thing there, or maybe there was somebody taped at the club. I don't know how I had it there, or maybe it was even a cassette tape that I sent them. So she wants to make sure that I'm going to be able to keep my waiter's job if I come home for my birthday. She doesn't want me to get fired. I think your folks would if I didn't come home for my job. I have Kitty after Gracie Allen. That's how old I am. I hope she doesn't take any more tumbles out the window. Gracie was a Siamese cat, and she jumped out one day. She jumped out it was 4 stories to the ground, and she jumped out. I didn't realize she had jumped out following me or looking at me down in the sidewalk or something. She jumped out, went upstairs, couldn't find her, and turned out she was down underneath the building area. We did eventually find her, and she was fine. Nothing was broken. She was okay, but it freaked her the F out. Cats, when they drop 4 floors, that's a scary thing. But I hope she didn't jump out of any more windows, although she did one day disappear. That was the end of Gracie. Spoiler alert. That's not really a spoiler alert. Just one day she left and she didn't come back, and she wasn't an outdoor cat. She just snuck out or got out or jumped out, I guess. But I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure what happened to Gracie. The windows didn't have screens on them. At the time when she disappeared, we were living on a lower floor. It has been very hot the last few days. The corn is higher than I am, and the soybeans look good. Grandma was not a pot smoker. She was just, the corn was taller than her. And the corn gets to be over 6 feet tall by the time you're harvesting it. But Grandma was somewhere in the mid 5 foot area. The soybeans also look good. Their house is right on the edge of a farm on the edge of town. Some places had too much water. Have a very happy birthday. Lots of love, Grandma. I'm sorry, I took quite a few little breaks in the middle of that. If you do come home, will you be able to keep your waiter job? Because that is important. I think your folks would understand. How is your kitty Gracie? I hope she doesn't take any more tumbles out the window. It has been very hot the last few days. The corn is higher than I am, and the soybeans look good. Some places have had too much water. Have a very happy birthday. Lots of love, Grandma. See, it's better if I don't interrupt her because she's concise and multifaceted. She really covers a lot of ground. And stream of consciousness. Where did I get it? Well, now we know. So where are we here? Greatest production quality ever. Keys, yes. Well, you know that. The video is good there, Keith. Well, I'm glad. I hope things have settled down video quality wise. Dave is saying Siamese cats are lunatics. Yeah, this Gracie, when she was a young, I would open the door, she would look over her shoulder at me to make sure I was looking at her, then she would run and jump on the drapes and just hang off. Andrew, and then look back at me. Andrew, you're saying, did Grandma spend her entire life in picturesque Iowa? Yes, she did. She did journey to Wisconsin to visit our family when we lived just across the border from Iowa. And then I'm not sure. I think she came to Tennessee. We lived in Tennessee for a little while. But yeah, she spent her entire life in picturesque Iowa, on the edge of town, on the edge of a farm. As Garrison Keillor might say, on the edge of town, on the edge of a farm. Mom, I can't come in because I have to work on my lines. Do you want fried with that? Yep. That's how it works in Iowa, Ouija. Brad, the corn is as high as the elephant's eye by the 4th of July sometimes, but yeah, my birthday is at the end of July, and she said it was just as high as her. Oh, I've got the picture of Grandma that I just saw inside the Letters from Grandma pouch, and I'm going to post the picture of me and Grandma from around the time that these letters were written in the private Facebook group. So if you're watching and you'd like to be in that group, click and ask to join, and I'll let you in, and you can interact with many of the people who you see here present at today's show. Yeah, Grandma didn't hear that she was free to go, or, Andrew, she was not interested in leaving. You know what? I think I might have to wrap the show up. I can see that it's very glitchy today, and I'm not really sure what's happening. I'm going to have to reboot my interweb before tomorrow, but I can see there's some very sort of trippy effects going on the screen as I move around, and I'm not sure if this is Mevo related or me related or internet related, but suffice it to say, if you can still hear me, if you're still there, is this thing on? It's time for Seize the Day. Yeah, we can all post pictures with our Grandma, David. Great idea. I love this. I love this idea. Let's do it. So it's time for Seize the Day, everyone. I'm going in for the Seize the Day just because I want to make sure and get that in. We're 25 minutes into the show, so I don't feel like I'm cheating. The fun meter, man, it's right on the brink between medium and high right now. I don't know what I can do to put us over the top. I can't even... Where the hell did I put the fart machine trigger? Lady Jerry's left her water in here. It's chaos right now. Or chaos, as we sometimes like to say when we're mispronouncing things on purpose for comedic purposes, for joke reasons. Seize the Day 3 is almost finished, and then we're going to be on to Seize the Day 4, which I have here standing by. All right. Here we go. Today's Seize the Day is from Kobe Bryant. Heard of him? Kobe Bryant. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. Kobe Bryant said that, and I think that's a good thing for all of us to do. We're inspiring each other to be great in whatever we want to do, I hope, and hopefully we're also inspiring some other people who are not present to be great in what they want to do. I've got a daughter, and I know that I want to inspire her to be great in what she wants to do. A little bit of Jake is Max Headroom today, Andrew. Yeah, I like that reference. I like that reference. Yeah, that's a little bit of an 80s reference. God, I can't. Now I'm blocking on that guy's name, the actor's name, who's been in many other things. Canadian, as fact would have it. Van update would max out the meter. Ed, yes, van update. Here's a van update. I went to a garden party. And no, I didn't go to a garden party. I went to the Enterprise car rental used vehicle sales lot near me, because I heard that's a great place to get a used vehicle. They certify them and they maintain them while they own them. They didn't have any of the Ford Transit wagon. Oh, I found the fart button. They didn't have any Ford Transit wagons. They call the passenger van the wagon for whatever reason, but they didn't. Of course, the cargo vans are all sold out because those are going like hotcakes, but so are the passenger wagons, even though on the internet said that they did have them there. In reality, they told me those go as fast as they can get them in. They did show me a Dodge Grand Caravan that was blue with the fold-away seats. So it's got 3 rows of seats, and the seats fold up so they go down into the... It's kind of cool, but I don't think that's the vehicle that we're looking for, although if it had a towing capacity, I might consider something like that as a secondary vehicle, but I didn't like the color, and if I've got to drive it around all the time, I want it to either be functionally the thing I want or aesthetically the thing I want, and preferably both. So the guy called me today. So this was last Friday that I went and looked at the Enterprise rental place, and they said, we don't have any of the Ford Transit vans. And I said, well, I was hoping to come and see one. I can't say that I want to get put on the waiting list for a transit wagon until I can take a look. So then I drove to the Ford dealership to look at a new transit wagon, and I thought this would be something that I could configure the way that I would like it, and also I would feel comfortable driving around town as our second vehicle. It'd be handy for a little surf trip for a day, or to take the bike somewhere and go for a ride. But I haven't pitched the alternatives to Lady Jerry yet, so we have to talk about that. And slow internet again. Oh my God. So Rich, you're saying don't get the Dodge. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Check out Fleet Liquidator in LA. Okay, Scott, I will. Thank you. I'm glad we brought this up. I'm glad we brought this up. So I'll check out Fleet Liquidator, and I don't know about Hertz what their used rental car. Enterprise says that they're the person who's selling the most used vehicles. So I don't know. I thought Hertz was bigger than all of them. Anyway, so we looked at used vans. I've got to talk to Lady Jerry. I was also looking at a little bit of a not a pop-up camper, but a camper trailer thing that we might be able to tow with our current vehicle, the Subaru. So we're still at the planning stages, but that's the van update. That's your van update for today. And that was a slight Vin Scully reference, the impression. Tommy Lasorda passed away. I was reading his obituary. I went to several Dodger games where Tommy was the manager, and he was a real character. Rest in peace, Tommy Lasorda. Oh, Ford has a crew model now that mimics the Sprinter, half passenger, half cargo. Scott, I'll check that out. I may go to the other Ford dealer now. Keys, am I sure that I would survive traveling around the country with a backseat driver and a teenager? No. But let's face it, the teenager is not going to come with us traveling around the country. She may come to Yosemite or Death Valley or the Grand Canyon, but she's not going across the country. She'll go on a couple-day trip with us. Julie, you're mad at Enterprise and Chevy for making your Impala without all the safety features because it was a fleet vehicle. Yes, well, that is outrageous. I have to say, I'm frankly outraged as well. So I'm glad we had time for the van update. Tomorrow is hump day, and I think the animal that I've chosen is from the list from last week, as I look at the crazy screen, is the naked mole rat. So it's Naked Mole Rat Wednesday. See you for hump day. Have a great night. As always, don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. This camera